Hi all, welcome to Physio Exam Buddy. This video is on the intercellular connections. We are going to study about how the cells are connected in between as well as how they are connected to the basal lamina. There are two types of junctions between the cells that make up the tissues. First one is that which bind together the cells to one another as well as to the surrounding tissues. And the another type of junction is that which will permit the transfer of ions as well as other molecules between the cells. There are six types of intercellular connections in humans. First one is the tight junction or zona occludens. Second one is the zonular adherens which hold the cells together. Third one is the desmosomes which hold the cells together. Fourth is the hemidesmosomes which will attach the cells to their basal lamina. Again, focal adhesions also attach the cells to their basal lamina. And the last one, that is the gap junctions through which the molecules are transferred in between the cells without passing through the extracellular fluid. So these are the six types of the intercellular connections you have to explain. First one is about the tight junction or zona occludens. You can see here, which is this tight junction or zona occludens. It is present in the apical margins of the cells in the epithelia, particularly in the intestinal mucosa, walls of the renal tubules, as well as in the choroid plexus. And this tight junction or zona occludens helps the cells to adhere strongly at the cell junctions, but thereby obliterating the space between the cells. And it is the one which is responsible for providing the strength as well as stability to the tissues. This tight junction or zona occludens, it is essential for the transport of ions across these epithelia, and the degree of leakiness for different types of ions also varies. And this tight junction also prevents the movement of the proteins, thereby helps to maintain the differential distribution of the transporters as well as the channels in the apical and the basolateral cell membranes. And this helps to make the transport across the epithelia possible. Next is about the zonular adherens, this black colored portion. It is a continuous structure which is present on the basal side of the zona occludens or epithelial cells, and they provide the major site of attachment for the intracellular microfilaments, and they contain the cell adhesion molecule, particularly the cadherins. Next about the desmosomes. They are the patches of opposed thickenings of the membrane of two adjacent cells, and they contain the cell adhesion protein, that is the cadherins. About the hemidesmosomes, they are also known as the half desmosomes, and they will attach the cells to the underlying basal lamina. Here the hemidesmosomes contain the cell adhesion protein, that is the integrins. Next, about the focal adhesions, they also attach the cells to the basal laminas, and they are basically labile structures associated with the actin filaments, which are the contractile proteins present inside the cell, and they have an important role in the cell movement. Last, about the gap junctions. This gap junctions is made up of a channels which is known as connexons. They are the membranes of each cell and are lined up with one another, and each connexon, it is made up of 6 subunits. You can see here the 6 protein subunits which are known as the connexins, and they surround to form a central channel, and the diameter of this gap junction, it is around 2 nanometers. And these gap junctions permit the passage of substances between the cells without entering the extracellular fluid. That is the peculiarity of the gap junction. So passage of ions, sugars, amino acids and other solutes with molecular weight up to 1000 can be easily passed through these gap junctions. And this gap junction, it is responsible for the rapid propagation of the electrical activity from one cell to another, and the genes that code for the connexins in the humans. And in last, about the applied physiology, you have to write along with the intercellular connections. If the question is intercellular connections, you have to write the applied physiology at the end of the answer. So mutation of one particular connexin gene, it causes the X-linked Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, and it manifests mainly as the neuropathy, that is peripheral neuropathy. That is about the intercellular connections. Thank you.